Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from the beautiful Carolinas. Today's topic is going to be the light at the end of the tunnel. Think about that for a minute. Guys, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. So this is an expression, the light at the end of the tunnel. Can you see the light at the end of the tunnel? And what that means is it's a metaphor. So example, you're driving through a tunnel. In a tunnel, there's only one way in and one way out. And many times when you enter a tunnel, if you're driving, you will see a tiny, tiny light at the very end of the tunnel, which shows you the exit of something that you have to go through. Now, when you are in the narcissistic relationship, specifically post-narcissistic relationship, you may not be able to see the light at the end of the tunnel, but I can assure you it's there. It is there. Now, many times people post-narcissistic relationship, or even if you're trying to exit the relationship, you seem to not be making progress. And that little, tiny little yellow dot, which is the light at the end of the tunnel, you can't quite see it, but you know it's there. And what you need to do is you need to understand that you have to continue moving forward. You see, a tunnel is something you can't go around, you have to go through it. Think about that for a minute. This is a path, it's your journey. And to get to the other side and or to come through the fire and rise through the ashes like a phoenix, you're gonna have to go through that tunnel. And yes, there will be dark days. Yes, there will be some very dark days. Yes, there will be some good days. And the closer you get to the exit, or the more you see the light gets bigger and bigger at the end of the tunnel, that is how you know you're making progress. So, example again, you're entering the tunnel. Maybe you only see a little speck of sunlight at the end. But each and every day, each and every week, month, perhaps year or decade, you need to be going through that tunnel and making progress. And slowly, that little circle, that little glimmer, that little tiny little speck gets bigger and bigger until you actually exit the tunnel. Now, why I emphasize that so many times in the beginning of this video is because people throughout their lives, specifically in the narcissistic abusive cycle, they don't see a way out. They don't see a way to improve themselves. They believe they're stuck. They believe that they can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. I can assure you that if you start to understand that you are the priority on this planet called Earth, that you will get through this. You will come through the tunnel. I can assure you. You will do it. I did it. And you can do it. You will have many dark days. Perhaps you'll even experience the dark night of the soul. I created a video on that, and let me tell you firsthand, if any of you have experienced that, it is unlike anything you were ever prepared for. As a matter of fact, you weren't prepared for it. That's when you lost all hope. All your core beliefs and values had been decimated, and you found yourself just giving in to a power greater than yourself. And when you did that, and again, watch the video if you can, when you did that, that is when you put your ego aside and you realize that you are but one human being on this planet of 8 billion people. And there are so many other things that are bigger and greater than you, but yet you are you and you are the priority. I hope you followed that. So yes, maybe you experienced that. Maybe you experienced the dark night of the soul a few times and you couldn't see the light at the end of the tunnel until you did. And when you did, that's when you picked yourself up by the bootstraps. You dusted yourself off and you said, no, I need to save myself. No one else is going to do this for me. Perhaps you were and or are isolated. Perhaps you felt that there was nowhere to turn to. Perhaps you were financially abused so much you didn't even have enough money to buy food. Yes, I've been there. Having said all these things, you will come through the fire when you understand that you need to place your attention into yourself. You need to heal, to learn, to grow, to teach, to become the best version of yourself possible, if not now, when? And to do this, you need to believe in yourself. Let's go back for a moment. When you met the narcissist, did they believe in you? Of course they did. They saw exactly who you were. They saw things in you that you could not even see yourself. They saw your beautiful, bright, shining light, which is actually the third version of you. Once you come through that tunnel, you're actually finding yourself. It's a fact. Now, many people along the healing path, they will get the message and perhaps they will do the work for a period of time. Then they get stuck and they're not sure where to turn or what to do. This is when you must dig in deep into the core of yourself, perhaps heal childhood wounds and understand that you have a lot of work ahead of you. But each and every day, if you are investing in yourself and not the toxic narcissistic relationship, you will get through it. There will be a lot of tears. Perhaps you will experience some anger and frustration. You will experience the gambit of emotions, I can promise you that. Because why? Because you're exiting a narcissistic relationship and you weren't prepared for this. You weren't taught this in school. So it's not native and or natural for you to figure out. You didn't have the solutions. You're getting the wisdom, the education on channels like mine and many others. And again, thank you very much for being here. You're putting the pieces of the puzzle together. You're understanding that you had to go through that relationship to get to this point in time, right here, right now with me. So no matter where you are on the planet, you're believing that this is your calling. It's where you're meant to be. Let's put it that way. Now, along the healing path, post-narcissistic relationship, there will be many times you will be pushed to the brink and you will be challenged and you'll be questioning yourself. Did I do the right thing? Was I at fault? Did I do everything I could have? Am I the narcissist? You'll be thinking things like that. You will. It's natural. Why? Because you just exited one of the most toxic relationships on the planet and you're trying to put yourself back together, and you will. In time, in your time, you will. Remember, the healing path is not linear. It's not like one day all of a sudden you wave the magic wand and you're where you want to be. You will have good days and not so good days, but that is the path. That's what makes you you. And remember, you putting yourself back together, this is a period of growth. You are in the unknown. You're in that tunnel where it is pitch black, but yet you can see a little speck of light at the end, which is the third version of you. It's so true. And for those of you who have come through this, and perhaps you believe that there was no light at the end of the tunnel, drop comments below. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You experienced some of the darkest days in your entire life. You were betrayed, you were let down, you were manipulated, you were used, you were abused, you were isolated. You were in the narcissistic fog, but yet here you are right now, thriving, growing, learning, teaching, becoming educated, living in the present moment, not dwelling on the past or predicting the future. That's what you're doing. And when you actually get the message, and the message is place your attention within yourself, that's when you drown out the noise. That's when you exit the narcissistic relationship and the everyday fog. And that's when you understand that, wow, we were taught so many things growing up, and some of those things are accurate. Many of them aren't. Why? Because we live in a totally different world now. We're almost at the end of the calendar year here. And imagine, think about all the growth and abundance that has happened in this 1 year alone. And the next year's right around the corner. But what I'm mentioning to you, the light at the end of the tunnel, you will get through it if you want to and if you are committed. Perhaps you have to see a therapist. Perhaps you should journal. Perhaps you should get out in nature and enjoy long walks and understand and process things and be authentic and genuine with yourself. I've done all of them, each and every one of them. And now what you should be doing, it's what I do, is understand that you are the priority. And the narcissist saw this. They saw it in you when no one else, when you didn't believe it yourself, put it that way. And they did not want you to catch on. They didn't want you to get the wisdom. And now here you are, you're getting it. So if there are moments in time, before I close the video out, if there are moments in time when you were believing and or are believing you can't get through another day, you can. I'm living proof. Don't quit. Don't ever give up. Continue to fight. Continue to understand you have such a bigger purpose on this planet. Continue to believe in yourself. Continue to be strong for yourself and those loved and trusted ones around you. Don't let the narcissist win. Continue to believe in yourself. Don't believe the false rhetoric of the narcissist. Remember, the narcissist had one mission: to extract your resources from you, to have you doubting yourself, to have you not believing in yourself, to having you become an extension of them. That's where they wanted you. That's where they want you right now. Well, that's where they want the new supply right now. And guess what? The new supply, whoever they are, if they don't have the wisdom or the education on the narcissistic abusive cycle, they will fall the exact same way you did. Believe me when I tell you. But when you put this all together and you come through the light at the end of the tunnel, it is amazing the things and the way you see the planet and how you spend your time and what you do with your time. Because there is so much abundance out there on this planet for everybody. It's not limited. It's not capped. There's not a certain amount. It's for everybody. The question is, do you want it? Do you want to begin living your best life? Or do you want to stay stuck in that in the past relationship. Let's put it that way. And again, for those of you who the relationship has ended recently, you have a lot of work ahead of you. I'm sending you positive energy and abundance and strength and healing energy. You will get through it. If for those of you veterans out there, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Drop comments below, but never quit, never give up. Continue to move forward each and every day and become the best version of yourself possible. Guys, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon. Stay true, stay blessed. Continue to become awakened and aware, and understand, do not quit. Continue to move forward each and every day and help yourself out. Remember, when your cup is full, you can contribute back to the planet, but you have to have your cup full first, which means you have to heal properly. Using the analogy from the airplane, if you're on the airplane and the oxygen mask drops down, you have to place your oxygen mask on first before you can help the person sitting next to you, no matter who it is, because you have to save yourself first before you can help another individual. That's what you must do on the healing path post-narcissistic relationship. You must invest in yourself, and then you can invest and help other people out. So God bless you. No matter where you are on the planet, you are not alone. I love you, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. All right. Good night, you guys. Bye.